listeners, Harika here, and I'm super excited to welcome you to UppTalk. If you're ready to learn and get your hands work wonders in the world of information technology, then you're in the right place. When I say UppTalk, we are not just another edtech company. Consider we are your learning partner committed to unlocking your full potential. Whether you're stepping into the world of technology for the first time or looking to advance your career, we provide top-tier, hands-on courses to build up your career. Let's take our first step towards learning here and explore it.
Custom report. Go to Custom Report. Click on Edit. It's all active employees. Can you scroll down? Primary home phone, email home primary. Instead of the primary home, the last field, can you change it to see if there is something coming up for active status? Now click on that. This one to change it to primary. Just see if something's some active status. Just type status and hit enter. Check that active status. And the field above that, change that to change the XML to status here. And the email home, you click on that. Click on the field. Just type email. Just type email because this is a multi-instance field. It will return all the primary, non-primary. Select the second one. This one, primary home. Yes, this one. Initially, we took the first field, email home. That will give the primary email, secondary email. It's a multi-instance field. This one is a single instance field. It will only give you the primary one, not the secondary one. And why have we added status? Because based on the status, we will do some validations later this week. I wanted to get this done in the beginning only. And if you go on filter, do one thing. In the comparison value, right? In the comparison value, just type John. Just type John. Just click on that. Click on that. Just type John. And hit enter. Do a Control A. Do a Control A. Control plus A. Hit enter. Once again. Just hit enter. I already did. Straight. Got it right. Now all the Johns in the tenant are being selected. Just now click anywhere outside. Just click anywhere outside. What we did is we increased our sample space of the data. Initially, we had 2 to 3 employees. Now we have around 17 to 20 employees. That when we will do our validation, some of them will have active. Some of them will have terminated. Just click on. Oh, before that. So, no problem. Just edit it again. Go to the top. Related actions of the report. Related action. Custom report. Go to the Advanced tab. Just wanted to make sure something at last tab. Advanced tab. Click on that. Scroll down. Now go to your studio. Open your studio window. And click on the body. Click on that white space. Click on that. Go to the properties. We are in the properties. Which one? Now come to the namespace prefixes. Scroll down. In the left you see the namespace prefix. Left to the audit log. Audit log version. Then audit log. You have your cursor there only. Version. Audit. Left to the left. There is a namespace prefix. Right. Now click on the WD. Space. Scroll down. Click on that. And to the right there is a green button. There. Green plus button. Click on the next button. The in between. The one in between. It's a edit. The in between. This is a remove on top of that. It or add. Just edit. Click on the edit. Alright. And just copy this. Copy the namespace. This namespace. PC. Copy. Just now close it. Cancel it. Copy and go to the report again. In the namespace. Just paste it in the namespace field. And this, I have to paste what I raise it. Just place it. The thing here is why this is needed. Not for all reports. The last reports that you want to consume inside the studio. Copy this particular namespace and save. Otherwise, when you will be doing splitters, right? When you will split the data, then what happens in the X1 output of your report? This namespace will come up, the default namespace. Either you have to change every time. You have to change your name or update your studio namespace with the report namespace. And that has to be done every time. You're deploying that studio integration. Take the studio, your BD, the same way that we did today and paste it. Even if you are using multiple integrations you don't have to worry about always updating the namespace as per the report. Okay. What we are doing, we are kind of retrofitting Studio's default namespace. We are putting it the report name. Did you get my point? Got it. You can just save it now. Otherwise, there will be, once you will do the splitter, you will get an error. Namespace prefix is not identified. Something like that. Can you run this? Just click on run. In the below, you have it right. From there also. That's it. Can you scroll down? We don't have anyone who's not active. Pablo, do one thing. Go to the header of the active status. Go to the header. Click on that. Click on the header and select, and then the drop down. Select no. Click on filter. Let quickly try to find out. Pablo, can you just again go back and edit the report? Eat it. And in the filter, go to the filter. Add these two employees, which I am telling you. One triple zero 10009. Hit enter. That's very odd. John's vote. Let and John. And the last name. Eva or net. Next. Next. Right again. George and search again. Okay. 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 A. A. Just hit enter. We have one. Terminated. Rest all active. Click on. Oh, we have the 17. No. Click on a click outside. Somewhere, anywhere outside you click. And 17 is more another 17. Just click on and then run it. We will see. Just go to the active status column. On click there. Select one. Click on no. Once the other status doesn't have an audio separate blank on the report. What is that? That the tools that aren't active on the report just appear as blanks. Doesn't have the word down. On the active status. Your voice is not very clear. I think that the employees were not added. I will get it added. I have it open in my place. Wasn't the data source called all active employees though that we used? Yes, wouldn't that rule out the inactive employees that we just tried to select? That's a good point. You are using all active employees, is it? Yes, got it. Fine, do one thing. Wait, Pablo, in that case, let's take this report which I created. Can you on the top, click right type red. Good point, that one. I thought that we were working on the active and terminated workers anyways. Red colon? No, just red colon. Red colon, put a colon. Do one. I'm requesting remote control. Pablo, can I? No notification right now. Wait, I just sent it. I just can't. We have it now. I have it. Guys, what you can do is this is a demo report. You can search with ack_demo. What you can do is you can go to the this three dots. That is a related action. You can go to the custom report. You can do a copy. If you can do a copy and you can put your initials on this, like for example, Pablo will be, can I put a pa? Per Demora's copy like that. If you hit save, you just copy the existing report. In the real-time scenario also, whenever you need, you can, if there is an existing report, you want to use that report. You can do it in this way. Akash, can you hear me now? Yes, I can hear. I can hear. The thing with the report is that in the under active status, even in the one that you share, it doesn't show. Now, for the ones that are in the active, it's just a blank space. Whenever you filter for no, it won't show anything. That's the thing. And with the ones that we already made, it's the same. Fine, makes sense. But got it? But even if in the report output, if you select it as a no, in that case it will show you only the two rows. Have you tried that? Let me try. For example, I'm just taking control again. If I click on run here, this is blank. If I click on no, select filter on no as no and then hit on filter. Here we go. That's actually working in the report that we already made. Maybe the data wasn't refreshed for something. No problem, that's fine. Pablo, I'll give up the control and let's go to the Studio tab, Studio window. This one was the old one. Can you create a new Studio assembly? Put a name with your initials underscore something activity. You can put anything, whatever you want. Of course. Should we all be doing the same thing or no? Please go ahead and follow the screen and try doing the same thing. By the way, Akash, I'm sorry, the earlier copied was from not from was from the previous project, right? You already copied. That doesn't matter. It's basically the assembly's default namespace. Oh, it is not related with the previous project or current project. What is this? Active activity reports. Cool. Guys, what we will do is we'll try to create this studio assembly in a very clean fashion with the integration flow properly. That it's very readable, very easily. We can debug it just like as if we have to move it to production. First of all, fantastic, Pablo. You've already started. Great. We have at the swim lane here Workday imperfect. Hold on, wait, hold on. Can you click on the swim lane? Click on the swim lane. In the name in the below, where the name is right, in the properties tab below, yes. Give it a proper name, integration flow. Perfect, save it. Now let's go back to the assembly. Let's put a PIM. What is PIM? Put integration message. No, you have to write. Put the last one, I guess last one. Drag and drop it. Default is severity and summary. Click on finish and click on the put integration message. Click on the component. Click on the component that you just dragged. Here go to the parameters properties tab. Parameters to the left. Parameters info. Find in the message summary. Click on that and within single quotes write integration begin or integration has started. What is the message? That we will anything. Just like it's like we're doing a coding and it's just come putting a comment on the code like integration begins or integration begin, integration start or whatever. Just click save. Now do a look, add a local. Now add a local out. A local out. This one, drag and drop it after the PIM. Give it a name. If you click on that, come to the Properties tab in the common component. Give it a name. Call underscore report. Fine, click on save. Save. Now where the components, connect the components getting that. Sometimes it's kind of glitchy. That you will get used to it the more and more you do. Guys, understand this. What I'm trying to do is, before jumping into the actual components and integrations and all those stuff, I'm just creating an outline. In the first component is Workday and where we start. Then I put a message like integration begins here. Then I'm putting a local out component which is nothing but it will call the exact module or submodule where the actual report call will happen. Just to improve the readability, I'm defining the integration flow in the beginning. Now Pablo add another swim lane. Give a name. Report, call something like that. Report. Now add a local in inside the swim lane, local in the in transport. You can search local. Rename it. Just type report. Fine, now you can see save it. Now guys, you can see that there is a top left red arrow on the local out that Pablo added just some time back, right? You can see that Pablo, there is an arrow. This is basically this one, right? This is an error. What is there? How will you know? Go to the Problems tab below Problems. in the problem expanded. See, it shows endpoint for out transport call report must be specified. Now go back to the local out component. Local out component, that is a local in. The local out is the call report. Yes, click on properties. Come to the properties. Yes, see, in the endpoint, we have to add an endpoint. This endpoint will be nothing but the local in. Go to the right. There is an arrow to the right. No, go to the right. Click on that arrow. What's your name of the project? PR_activity report filter. Right, the third one. You see there is a report local in that is there. Click on that now. Next and then finish. Now click on save controls. See now that problem, that error has been resolved. That means every local out has to have a corresponding local in. It's like the local out is actually calling a submodule. Unless and until you point that with submodule it is calling, it won't able to understand. It will throw an error and you won't be able to deploy the studio project unless and until this error is resolved. Now our connection between local out and local in is established right now. The next step that we have to do is we have to configure a report service. Where we have to go to the Workday in. Go to the Workday in. This is local in there. What is Workday in? The start here already perfect. Go click on services. Let me check. Services. There's an icon that has an R on top of it. Oh, wait, this one, click on that. This is create report service icon. Give it a name like per_report. To consume the RAS report, you have to configure the report service. That means by creating this report service, you are actually telling the studio that this is the way you will identify which report to call. Now on the top, on the right, there is a green button. Click on that. Click on the arrow. Small arrow there, just left to this one. Now in the environment, click on Impl, select Impl. Guys, we are connected to Impl, not Sandbox. Now in the report name, just type in your report name per_. What was that demo? Just you are not logged in. Wait. Not logged into the just a second. What we did was then we did our Workday in fine. We did a put integration message finish. We added parameters. Yes, and we also will wrap it inside the swim lane. This is patient flow and this is report call. All good. Let me connect the components, and here we have to do an endpoint. Well, sample assembly report. We have it. Finish. Done, all good. The next step is, as which Pablo was doing it, we have to add the service. What the service means is that this along the here is the place, or I might say a container, where you will actually configure your report that your studio knows which report to call. I will create a report service name on X. Put today's date a click on. Just remember, you are creating the report service inside the Workday in, not in local in. It's a Workday in. How do we know it? If you click here, you will see it's mentioned here. What is? The component name is mentioned here. You click on the plus. Click on Select Rush Report. Select your tenants. I will do is it Pablo. If you see, this next button was disabled for you because you are not connected to any tenant or you are not connected to the impl1 tenant. I think this is the one. Just a sec. And here we will put an alias. Why we will put an alias? Because otherwise, when we will be consuming the report using the Workday out REST component, we have to do again this selection here, which we don't want to do. We will pull it from the alias only. As an alias, let's say 219. That means this alias actually determines that this is the report. This is done. The service is created. Let's see if we deploy it, how it will look in the tenant. Deployed will go here. Here in the tenant, you see this custom integration services. You have this integration service. If you right click on it and open it, you see the reports and the report configuration. This step, which I did here, of configuring the report service, and just because I deployed it along with the integration system and the CLR project cloud collection, we have an extra element that we never saw before. This right, the first integration system, the basic integration system that you build, I think, as part of Activity 3, 3.1. If you open that integration system in the tenant, you won't find this. This is the report service. If you click on this, it will open the report for you now. Next is what we have to. Now we are all set. The Studio Assembly knows that this is the report I need to pull now. Next is how to pull. Here comes the Workday out REST. This is the component that you have to select. Will join it? Should we be trying to log into our RDP session again, or do we still need to wait? Just wait. This guy called me up and told that around 15 minutes time he would need. But don't worry, just see it how I am doing it. Then once the RDP connection is back, we'll do it again. Gotcha, thank you. In the extra path, what you need to do is this right arrow. If I wouldn't have selected the alias here, right then what we have to do is we have to click on this same thing. Click the write the report name, blah blah blah. Do the same thing. But just because we have configured the alias here, we'll just go here. Click on this. You see, this alias already has come up here. Just click here, hit on. Automatically Workday generates this extra path. Using this extra path, your Workday assembly will pull the report. Basically run the report in your tenant and extract the output XML. I click on save, and then what I will do is I will try to see what data the report generates as an output. Can anyone tell me what to do? How should I? How will I see the XML output of this report? And what component can I use? No problem, we have to use a log, right? For log, what you have to do is we have to add an async mediation, because inside the async mediation component, we can add a log here. We go to the log, click on message builder, add a text on top of it just to RAS output. Log hit. Maybe we'll go to log button, deploy it, and just do a refresh and then again launch it. Log files can be retrieved by going in here. Click on. Click on the server file, open it. This is the data. I open. Let me open the same. Here you see. See this namespace here. Whatever we updated with the default studio namespace, it is coming here. You can see we have the employee ID, the first name, last name, active status. I think we also added email, right? These two employees, 228, 21665 doesn't have email. The email tag didn't come here and the output altogether. This employee Johannes has the email. The email tag is here. And John's word, you can see active status is 0. That means it's inactive. And this guy John Davis, active status is 1. Any questions? From this point, if we want that file to be saved locally, is that possible? Look. Yes, it's a good question. Actually, what we can do is, where did it go? You can see the studio, right? If you want to save it locally, you use the store step. You just hover here on the body, not on the header, but on the body. Body of the async mediation. Click on this, got it. Go to the Properties tab of the store. Put a, that means 10 days. It will expire in 10 days. Put a title, My RAS Report. Opt-out. F. Create document. Reference is true, that means it will attach the document to the integration step. Click on Savelets. Let's put it and deploy it again and see how it comes up. You just only add those 2 steps and that will save it locally. That's it. What I'm doing is, initially I was logging. I was just writing the data in a log file. Now, what I'm trying to do is I'm using a specific component called store, which is actually used to grab the file, grab the data which is flowing in the mediation context. In this case, which is output of the report, XML output of the report, and I'm grabbing it, storing it in form of XML file with the name that I added here. And you're able to select the output of the file, or by default, it's going to be XML. Now the output of the report. This step right. Workday outrest. It is by default giving the output as XML. If you put here a CSV, it will not throw any error. But the output report will be not well formed right. You can just copy the content and create another file. Any extension. You have to modify it. On the out right. Yes, or put a step between the out and the async meditation. You just need to. We can remove the log file now, no issues. Just you consume the after the workday out rest. You put an async mediation and put a store step. That will create your output file for you. Got it? Let's run. Now there was no output files. The what I ran is just now. Now I'm relaunching the integration event. Let's see what it is. It got completed. As you can see, here we have one output file. As you can see, it's coming with the same name. If I open the name, it opens with the same data. What I saw, right? What we just saw in the Oxygen window. This one. Same data I see. This is how you create a report service. Consume the data using Workday out, rest and store it, and generate an output file. Any questions as of now? Now we got what the file in the next symbol XML format, right? What if I want it in a CSV? Write all the data that is here. Let's say I want it in CSV. How do I do it? It's what they're capable of outputting the file on JSON. It can. Can we see that example, please? What I'll do is I will this is called a transform component. What it does is its input is a message. The rest component's output is passed as input here, and output is again the message and a JSON output. Let's see. Can you be on mute, please? Whoever is not speaking, I apologize. No problem, I'm deploying it again. It's deployed. Let's see, we have got an error. Think we have to check this. It got stuck again. We have to provide a schema here. I don't have it ready, but I can check this and get back to you. Is that fine, Pablo? We can see it later when you get there. Sure, what day is going to us, for which is the schema that you want, right? Exactly. I see you can show us later what we will come back to this later. For example, apart from XML to JSON, we can also. These are the different kind of like transform steps that we have right. We can have XML to JSON, we can have JSON to XML, then we can have XML to CSV and vice versa. Mostly that you will encounter in your real life integration scenarios is mostly will play with JSON or CSV or XML. Your Workday Outrest component will most of the time, we will consume it as an XML, and then maybe if you want to output it as a CSV, then you have to just use this XML to CSV component and then you can use it. Use this component, transform the XML file to a CSV file. Just give me a second. Like you can maybe create a separate assembly, integration assembly, then create a async mediation and put a write step inside the write step. Sorry, not this the text. Just put this, save it, and after that you use a reverse CSV to XML component inside the CSV to XML component. You can use it and you can play around and see how it is converting. Taking a CSV file, convert CSV. It is not CSV files or CSV input converting into XML output. Can you guys do that in your free time today? Maybe today or tomorrow. I'll try it. It's just to create the write and then deploy write with this. Here's to XME. Right. I'll remove it. We talked about XML to CSV. We talked about CSV to XML, and I'll take a look at JSON. This XML to JSON format. And once the training session is over, I will share you this document where it has all the activities step by step, which will help you in understanding or trying to, if you want to, take it as a reference. Maybe in future you can also. All the steps are mentioned here. Next thing that we have to cover is storing and delivering output. Storage. Something we have already talked about, right? It's nothing but using the store step. How we can consume the file, create a reference of the file and use it. Attach the file in our integration event by clicking the create document reference as true, putting a particular title and the expiration date. This means it will expire in 10 days. P-HENDOD stands for, if you want to keep it 90 days, then you have to write P9OD. In that case, after 90 days, you won't be able to see the output file on your event. If you open the file, open the integration event. What you will see is, we'll go here. Then this output file you can see here, this will be blank. You will not see an R file here because Workday in the Workday's cloud storage, it will be removed. Having said that, storing, using of store step we have already covered. Next is the delivery write. Here I have mentioned that the document reference title and all that stuff. We have an activity where we will be creating a store step, which we have already we did, but we have to ensure that the file that we are creating is a deliverable file. What it means is that, for example, this particular file, here you have the date, time completed, date, time created, the file name, the file attachment, basically the type who created it, if it is shared with any other user, expiration date, blah, blah, blah. But how would the integration know that this is the file that needs to be delivered? Let's say when I say delivered, it means you need to deliver the file to any third party. Let's say SFTP server, right? How will you deliver the file? For that you have to do some small tweaks in the using the store procedure only. How will you deliver the file? How will you do that? Same process. We'll open the file. Let's remove this. We XML file. Keep it here. As of now, we are consuming the output XML, storing it here. If you want to make this file a deliverable document, what we need to do is, Pablo, let's quickly get us going. We did the local out, local in. Now we have to use the Workday. Did you configure the service? Now go to the Workday in. Now click on the right hand side in the Start Report. Select Report. Click on that. Just a sec. One. Just next. Just click on Next. It will give you all the. Now find, I think, the last one. Just click on Finish. Put an alias. And the rest of the folks. Just you also do the same thing which Pablo is showing on the screen. Because the same integration system will be using it. We'll be using it for our upcoming sessions as well. All the validations are out, the splitting everything. Now step, just save right. Just save. Your report service is created. Now you want to consume the report. Just add a Workday out rest. Keep it inside the swim lane. It's like just extra. Now click on that. In the extra path, what will you do? I remember this right. Just click on. It's already selected. That one. The alias name you have to click on. Now connect the components. Alright. What was the previous step? Where did you click? Which one? The one that to add the alias. To add the alias. You added the Workday out rest. And then on the extra path, you go to the Workday in. The Workday start. Now, when you added the Workday out rest, how do I click on the arrow? This one. And then she'll display this and just click on it and then, alright, thank you. I need to get caught off a little bit too. Now that I can get back in the studio, can you go to the start here? The Workday in. Down here. Is this where we select the report that our custom report, right? Alright, we need to select implementation template. Enter the report name and it should search. Find it. Select. That's all we need to do under that. Correct? Correct. Public. If you just click on the right arrow down in the Properties tab. Scroll to the go to the right. The red cross button is there. Click on the arrow. The arrow. Just click. John, what you need to do is you need to select the IMPL1 in the environment. Then you have to key in your report name, next, then finish. Go ahead. I got that stuff. And then is everybody else good? Is everybody else caught up with that step? Sorry, Blow. Just want to make sure everybody has a chance to get caught up. Also, I'm also following. You're good, honest. Kind of. Let's do it. Remember that. Akash mentioned that. We'll use it later. Alright. And then on the Workday out. The report one, that report component, there's nothing additional that needs set on that one, right? Nothing. You just need to select the alias and your extra path will get populated automatically. In Once you add the Workday out rest to the right, there is a small arrow. If you click that, show that to them, Pablo. Click that your report alias, which you configured in the Workday in as a report service, it will come up here. We just need to click on that. Select. Thank you. Do one thing, Pablo. Let's try something interesting. Before putting the store step, you can do a put a copy. We haven't talked about copyright. On the palette, just click on, just type copy. Just expand it. Click on that. Just drag it and put it after. After this, place it inside the swim lane. Just add an async. Just before that, add an async mediation. Now put a copy inside. Now go to the property. And here in the output, we'll input is message, the XML reports, XML output. And the output select variable. Select variable. This output, this message or something else. Now let's change it from message to variable. Now the output, the input, keep it as message. What we are trying to show is just give a variable name. Anything what you like. Test. Test file. Now save it. And just wear the components and save it. That's been saved. It's saved, but just connect the Workday out rest with your async mediation. Just connect it. Guys, this copy, it's a very utility, a step. What it does is during there can be a scenario where you want to, you put called a report and you want to store that report output for some time. Then maybe do some other kind of processing. Let's say maybe call another report, right? And take that report, do some processing, and based on some business logic of that output report, or maybe some data scenario which can come up from that output. You may or may need to use this report's output. Now getting my point. Can you see my studio? We can see it. Here what I'm doing is I'm actually trying to create change detection. That means I want to call a report as of today and 1, 2. No, is there any difference between in the report output between today's date or yesterday's date? Maybe if some email has been changed, address has been changed, or any change among the any form of change for that worker within that within timestamp, right within the begin date and end date, I want to get a flag those changes right. What we did was there are two things to do here. One, create a report in for individual fields like address, name, whatever, all demographic data, whatever data you need or whatever data on which you want the change detection to work. For all those fields, you create calculated fields, right? Use lookup value as of date and put the as of data as today, and then create another field as of data as yesterday or whatever date range you want, and then compare and see if there is any change in the data. Then you ultimately create the calc field too, that it can output. Create the output of the report. For every field, there can be 4 nested calculated fields, right? And we all know that if we are using multiple nested calculated fields in a custom report or custom advanced report, the performance of the report is bound to be very, very slow. The better option is that I create one report, single report, make it enabled, make it prompt enabled. I run the integration, ask the user to provide a date parameter on the integration. While running the integration, take that date, run the report, or use the Workday out rest to call that. Run that report. Run that report as of that particular date. And then we call the report once again as of a previous date. And then we consume both the XMLs and then try to find out what is any difference between the XML data. If there is difference, that means data has changed. If there is no difference, no data has changed. In that case, as you can see here, what I am doing is, after I pull the Workday out, rest, then I am doing some Excel transformation then I'm using this copy. In this copy for this first round of report, call I put it. I am storing this output in this toDate variable. That means call report as of toDate. Then in the next call, that is as of from date. That means from date is begin date to date is end date. Let's say 1st January to 31st January. Right. In the second call, I am doing the same thing. I'm just putting a different date. And then I'm again storing this in a variable called from date. Now what I have in the toDate variable, I have that entire XML that is generated out of the report as of today's date. And in the from date, I have that inside this variable. I have that entire XML that is generated out the report as of the begin date. Now simply I am using this is a component called xmdef. What I am doing is I am passing this input from date, then to date. And this XML diff will generate all the different kind of differences that are inside the XML. And those are the temporary variables, right? Where you have all the information. Right. This is a kind of a practical use case where you might need to use copy as a method of no kind of a temporary placeholder for your processing. It's not very commonly used, but it's a very utility stuff. And the condition, it is applied automatically by the component that you're using, the LDEF. XML is a separate component which actually turns out the differences between two different. Alright, please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@upptalk.com.